Antes de empezar, ¿alguien prefiere retirarse?
Hola gente de YouTube, no es un nuevo video del canal. Esta es con Back to the Future of the Game, la segunda parte, que si recuerdan bien en el video anterior dejaron 5 likes, porque en la parte anterior dije que me metía 5 likes para la segunda parte, y sí, concluyeron que sí, 5 likes dieron, así que vamos a hacer la segunda parte. Y pues en la parte anterior lo que pasó fue que descubrimos que el Doc estaba preso en el 31, así que dejamos el tiempo del 31. Eh, y como descubrimos eso, porque estábamos con la hermana de el director de la escuela Pelado que decía que Olga San McFly. Y bueno, por los periódicos descubrimos que estaba ahí, por eso, así que bueno, nos fuimos a salvar. Eh, Nos fuimos a salvar el 31 y parte del gameplay no se grabó, así que bueno, voy a tener que poner el gameplay a continuación para que lo puedan ver. Mil disculpas, es que soy pelotudo, no grabé sin querer, yo que estaba grabando. Y bueno, gente que continuar el gameplay sin eso, pero bueno, al menos lo puedan ver sin mi irritante voz, supongo. Espero que no sea evidente por ustedes. Pero bueno, así que vamos a continuar. Van a ver el gameplay a continuación, que no será mío, pero algo es algo. Mil disculpas.
McFly! Biff? Kid! Grandpa? That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it! If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right, that's better. What are you looking at, punk?
Keep your eyes on the soup, kid.
Well?
Well, what?
What are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid, I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 plus 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
Who are you and what do you want?
Can I talk to, Carl Sagan?
Are you his lawyer?
No?
Then scram!
Doc!
Marty,
Doc!
what are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan?
A plan, right. But what?
Hey, maybe I could talk to the gangsters. Tell them they're about to shoot the wrong guy.
I don't think the criminals of this era are going to be very receptive to a complete stranger telling them that their secret assassination plan is misguided, do you?
Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc. You're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Well, I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me! 1931 me!
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely!
Won't talking to yourself cause, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Ahora sí, continuemos con el juego. Lo que dijeron que el lock. Ok, vamos a...
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who, may I say, is calling?
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
O sea, que creo que trabaja en un lugar de ley, creo. Algo así. O sea, claro, llamamos a la licencia, dijo que estaba trabajando en un lugar de ley, cosa que es raro. O sea, que es científico, pero bueno. Ahora es abogado. Doc, abogado.
Psst, Doc.
Morty, how goes the escape plan?
So, according to the British guy on the phone, you're working at the courthouse.
Of course. In the summer of 31, my father made me work as a junior clerk.
That doesn't sound like any fun.
I hated every minute of it. My father was, strict. In any event, you should head over to the courthouse right away and introduce yourself to me.
Hang in there, Doc.
Ok, entonces hay que ir por al lugar donde hacen las leyes, que es el lugar de reloj, supongo. Einstein.
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Como que está muy trabado el juego, sobre no sé, es raro. Está muy bueno, pero bueno. Creo que es un juego de la década pasada, o sea, de 2010 creo que salió ese juego, así que bueno, salió viejo. Ojalá se sacaran una secuela del juego, sería bueno, ¿no? Una secuela. Bueno, todavía no sé si hay final abierto, pero bueno. A ver, vamos a ver acá. ¿Es el doc?
Touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Harry Callahan.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact.
Ok, luego que hay que seguirlo. Hay que seguirlo. Vamos a seguir al Doc. De joven, el 21.
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
A ver, hay que decirle, a ver. Bueno, I have something. Aquí hay
Listen,
algo.
I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science.
Por eso le hacen obligar a...
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
A ver, le digo... I have
Come on,
something.
Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Callahan, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
Le decimos, a ver... Ahí está
See,
tapado.
I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Ok, le vamos a decir... Ay,
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong.
ok. Hay que seguirlo, vamos a ver, hay que seguirlo, dale. Que no se escape.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty. Gale, Zemeckis, and Fine.
Es que sí entendí la referencia.
Y si
Attorneys
Messi
at law.
sigue él como los...
No
bueno,
solicitors.
una diferencia de los productores. Ahí está, vamos.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Ok, what you're doing. Acá, Tom Babillos está
Come
secreto
on, you
conmigo.
can trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for. In more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character!
Bueno, ok. Hay que decir otra cosa más.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Ok.
So, Emmett,
Voy
what
a
time are
hablar
you
sobre
through
cosas
with
porque si
work?
no...
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night, but today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
Ok. What
What's
are
this
you doing?
important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
Ok. No, no voy a hablar sobre esto porque se va a calentar, supongo. Así que le vamos a hablar de él.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer or soda? What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Ok. Ay, yo solamente
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Ok, le vamos a decir esta va.
About
Don't
your...
say it.
Sabía que ni iba a decir. No, ya es imposible, no puedo seguirlo. Voy a declarar con el doc del presente o el del futuro, supongo. De presente, o sea, sí. No es todo acá. Y él no va a decir que sí, supongo.
Psst, Doc.
A él le dicen
Well,
que...
I met your younger self,
Great.
and I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
M6, a ver. Está este,
I
apruebe.
tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Father.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections. So I
Claro,
carefully
hacía
kept them under wraps,
científicos.
practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him, but right now, my younger self probably thinks he's been sent by my father to check up on me.
O sea, que no tiene nada de suficientes inventos científicos. Y obviamente desaprobaba todo eso y tenía miedo a su papá. Además, esta,
You know,
que
your
se
younger
dedicaba a la...
self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
Bueno, ok. How I can claro, esto.
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure.
Ah, bueno, vos tenés que saber. A
Why
ver.
does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
The Expo?
Yes, the Expo! How could I have forgotten?
La exposición
In
de
a few
algo.
months, the younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure, one which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
Ok, acá le vamos a decir dónde está la expo.
What does this Expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self was working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know, h to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Ok, ok, vamos a con el elemento joven. Ahí está, ahí está. Vamos a darle.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Ahí le digo. Ah, pero no puedo hacer nada más. A ver, so...
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. Or do we take it?
Doc's notebook doesn't belong to him. Okay, actually, it does belong to him, but not yet. In any event, it's probably a really bad idea to give him a book full of all the things he hasn't invented yet.
2000 años más tarde.
Ok, no sé qué hacer realmente. Dijeron alguna expo, pero no sé dónde está, así que no sé nada. Así que está acá. Pero la verdad porque no tengo ningún objeto como para hacer algo. A ver este. Pero no creo. Dice,
Nah.
por eso.
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the
justo.
inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. Oh.
Creo que lo logré. Hago así.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Lo grabamos y todo eso. Pero esto o sea, dice que todos son cosas comunes y ya que lo invitaría al coso, al lugar de sopa, pero bueno. No tengo la forma de hacerlo, así que no tengo la menor idea de cómo salir de esto. Bueno, voy a hablar con el Doc. El Doc nuestro, así que... Sí, mi suerte, a ver si pasa algo.
Psst, Doc. So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Claro, funciona, creo.
Think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was going to say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So,
It'll be fine.
Hang in there, Doc.
Ok, ahora hay que hablar con el chabón y decirle todo eso a los científicos. Ahora sí, después de 1000 años lo puede lograr. A ver. Ahí está.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Ahí está.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator.
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is the Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Independent vulcano, así como no. I am from the future, I was... Nah, Julio. Estos son incoherentes, o sea... Yo quería onda este.
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket-powered drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office! I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
I really need... Bueno... I need your...
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
Vaso, como chocolate. Automobile. I need a full operation mode. I need a... Bueno, así necesito.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered the subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
Arthur McFly? I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
Shh! It's Kid Tannen.
Okay. Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen, yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Vamos con el Doc mejor. Está acá la chabona.
Nice bike. Huffy?
Huffy? I'm not huffy. I'm passionate. Passionate about justice, safety, law and order.
Okay.
Never mind.
Vamos a hablar con el Doc primero, antes que hablar con un mafioso. Vamos a hablar con el Doc ahí. A ver.
Psst, Doc. Your younger self needs 190 proof booze to fuel his rocket drill.
Well, that could be a problem.
I know, we're both underage.
Underage, nothing. It's 1931 and alcohol's been outlawed throughout the country. Are you sure you're about to graduate from high school?
I'm kidding, Doc. It was a joke.
A joke? If I live to be 100, and I almost have, I'll never understand the teenage compunction to make a joke out of everything.
Ok.
Hang in there, Doc.
No voy a tener que hablar con el mafioso ese porque... Vamos, Marty. No seas gallina.
What the hell, Matches? You got kiwi all over my socks!
Sorry, boss.
Get out of here! How about you?
Huh?
I'm sitting at a shoe shine booth. You walk up. Either you're here to shine my shoes, or you got a death wish. Which is it?
King, watch your... Vamos a verle. ¿Decimos la verdad? No, vamos a ser más despistados mejor.
I guess you won't talk about your business.
Why not? I got nothing to hide. I recently acquired controlling interest in the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen.
Bueno. No, no vas a hablar sobre Arthur.
I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative.
Well, he's my employee. He's very busy today.
Ok. Vamos a decirle.
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
Ok. Do you know when I might pay him?
Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding?
It was McFly's hat. Now, it's my peanut bowl.
Can I buy?
Could I buy Arthur's hat off you?
Could you keep your mind on your work, huh? Shoe shine boy? I'm hanging on to my peanut bowl.
Okay. Can I have?
Can I have some peanuts?
Why not? I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Right.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
What the hell is that?
Es que sí entendí la referencia.
Entendí.
Give me that hat, you lousy crook!
Emmett! Emmett!
Nobody makes a monkey out of Kid Tannen! Hey! Ow! Fix me up!
Where'd you learn how to move like that?
Sandlot football. They used to call me the Streak.
Get out!
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Callahan. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
A ver, ¿qué le decimos? Decimos esto, así me
I'm sorry about the way Einstein lit into you back there. I don't know what got into him.
Well, I hope you've learned to keep him under control.
Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted.
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
I got a book.
Oh? Where?
Vamos con Emmet. Ya me cansé de Erna, total. No sé, porque pasaba mucho tiempo, como casi en la mitad del video anciano, así que ya tiene mucho protagonismo mejor. Vamos con Emmet. About.
This subpoena's for Arthur McFly?
Have you seen him?
For a few seconds in the soup kitchen, but I think he's gone back into hiding.
Brilliant deduction, Einstein.
What do you know about... what do you know
About
about...
Kid Tannen? What do we know about him?
He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's not very bright, and he doesn't like anybody getting in his way.
Yep, that's a Tannen, all right. This might be a stupid question, but couldn't you have designed your rocket-powered drill to run on fuel that, you know, isn't illegal?
Illegal? What does law have to do with science? Science has its own laws. You of all people should know that.
Some of us down at the patent office are wondering, what made you think of a rocket-powered drill?
Ah, that'd be Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. It was a revelation.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured.
Okay.
You have to deliver a lot of subpoenas?
Father's always sending me out to do these dirty jobs. He wants to expose me to different kinds of people. All he's exposed me to is a lot of new curse words.
Okay. Ahora vamos a ver esto.
Have you read The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells? Not yet, but it's on my list.
Or couldn't you tweak your engine design a little so it runs on something else?
Like what?
I don't know, gas maybe?
Gasoline? Yesterday's news. You'll see. By 1940, automobiles will all run on pure alcohol.
Okay.
What do you know about Arthur McFly?
Certified accountant. Graduated Hill Valley 5 classes ahead of me. Seems like a nice fellow, actually.
How did he get mixed up with a guy like Kid Tannen?
Who knows? Sometimes people find themselves stuck in situations they can't get out of.
If serving subpoenas is such dirty work, why don't you just say no?
Look, what's the worst thing that can happen to me on this job?
You could get shot.
Yeah, well, believe me, that's nothing compared to what I'll get if I mouth off to my pop.
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
We'll get that subpoena delivered, or my name isn't...
Harry Callahan!
Yeah. Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Callahan. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
Acá la seguimos, a ver.
Did you finish the story you interviewed me for? About Carl Sagan?
Yes, but those pig-headed editors at the paper rejected it. They said my story was slanted, and that I was glorifying a suspected arsonist. As if their stories aren't always glorifying the criminal vermin that run this town. This whole thing makes me so mad I could spit. Though of course I never would. There's an ordinance against it, and it's so untidy.
What's the scoop?
I've heard rumors that something shady is going on at the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen. It's under new management, you know. And oh, we mustn't jump to any conclusions. Not till the facts are in. I hope to heaven it is just a rumor. That soup kitchen is the front line in the good fight. If it goes bad, what will happen to the Stay Sober Society? Not to mention all the charitable institutions that depend on me for soup deliveries.
What's the Stay Sober Society?
You haven't heard of the SSS? They do the most marvelous work, taking hopeless drunken bums and turning them into former hopeless drunken bums. I'm one of the founding members. And not to say that I was ever, well, you know. Anyway, we've always met in the cellar of the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen, but for some reason the new managers don't want us down there, so we're stuck. We've got nowhere to meet.
I got a book.
A sacar. Si hay algo. Ah, sí.
Hey, Q-Ball.
What?
The truck just arrived with a fresh shipment of, soup.
Soup? Soup?
Well, this is the regular soup, and this is the special soup.
Right. Special.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm spicing up the soup. It's my secret recipe.
Listen, this ain't the Savoy, and we ain't here to feed these bozos no fancy soup. The boss has got a business to rebuild, so knock off the goofing and mind your post.
All right. Just try the soup. Well?
I can see why you want to keep this a secret.
Ok.
Excuse me.
You talking to me?
Ok, ¿qué le decimos?
So this place used to be a soup kitchen.
What do you mean used to be? Despite recent changes in ownership, this joint is still available for the purposes of distributing food to the needy and the not-so-well-to-do. And no other purposes whatsoever.
Right.
Ay, ok, sí.
Why's the soup in a barrel?
'Cause it's hard to ladle off the floor?
Ya este.
Could I have a bowl of soup?
We're a soup kitchen. What do you think?
What kind of soup is this? It tastes like...
Scrolle ribolita?
I was gonna say week-old cabbage.
Everyone's a critic. Look, all I got to work with is this 2-bit soup in a barrel and spice rack that hadn't been restocked since the Coolidge administration. What do you think I should do to perk this slop up?
Let's see. Have you tried...
Paprika.
Paprika?
I just think you could use a little color.
Color?
Vamos con Emmet.
Huddle up, Emmett.
Huddle?
Just listen up for a second.
Any idea, so...
Emmett, I can't get into the door over there. Those tables are jamming it shut.
The door? So your plan is to just waltz in there and take a barrel of alcohol?
Claro,
no,
vamos a tener
of
que
course not.
hacer
That
la
would be
puerta y llevar el
stupid,
alcohol.
right?
I'll say.
Still, I'd like to get that door open. I can't do anything from out here.
Well, it's a simple matter of physics. A lever, some sort of stop. Let me see what I can come up with. Eureka!
Creo que hice algo, creo.
Emmett,
Yes?
obviously this kitchen isn't the speakeasy.
Indeed. This must be some sort of front meant to cleverly and legally obfuscate the existence of a hidden establishment of ill repute. Perhaps in the basement.
Right, that might explain the elevator. Any ideas about how to get the hooch?
Hooch?
The alcohol, Emmett.
One might come to the conclusion that the hooch is being hidden in some of those barrels.
You're probably right, but which ones?
Now, if I could get my hands on some of those barrels, I could weigh them and compare their specific gravity.
Specific gravity? Come on, Emmett. Kids' goons aren't gonna let us do an experiment on their barrels.
Oh, I suppose you're right. We'll just have to ask the guy behind the counter.
What? Ask him if any of his barrels are filled with illegal moonshine? Get real here.
Well, I imagined a modicum of subtlety would be used.
Subtlety. Right.
Eso vamos así, creo.
Pretty neat, Doc. Nope. I'm still not getting through here. But at least those tables are propped up now. Emmett.
Yes?
A ver qué le decimos.
We'll score that hooch somehow.
I'll keep cogitating.
Bueno, creo que hasta acá vamos a hacer el coso porque... No, yo creo que lo hicimos demasiado tiempo, no sé si hicimos 20, 40 minutos. Ah, también me hiciste en los comentarios si quieren cuánto tiempo hacemos, 1 hora, 40 minutos, 20 minutos. Lo tomaré en cuenta. Y bueno, creo que hasta acá el video de hoy porque creo que ya hicimos demasiado. Creo yo. Lamento lo que pasó al comienzo, que tuve que... Bueno, se cortó la sesión, pero bueno, esas cosas que pasan. Y bueno, creo que no sé cuál es el video, una meta de 20 views supongo, no mucho, no quiero dar muchos likes, pero bueno, no creo que sea tanto, así que bueno, 20 views porque tengo ganas de decir cómo concluye esta historia. Así que bueno chicos, nos vemos en el siguiente video, chao.
Mi amigo le deseo suerte, brutos.